Tuesday called on bank customers to boycott banking services nationwide. Abdullahi Suleiman Iyaji reports that the bodies had called on customers to observe no banking activities. Here are reactions from some areas visited. Take a look.
Instead of individual people calling for we to boycott, CBN should take charge as a regulator.
So it looks like they didn't do their job very well in notifying Nigerians about this. This should be something that takes a while, just make sure Nigerians get the information.
I don't have a problem in challenging high charges or excessive charges, but where charges are legitimate, I don't think they have a case.
Advocacy Foundation of Nigeria, Shola Salako, had decried the excessive fees such as the 65 naira on third ATM withdrawal, the recent 50 naira duty stamp per 1,000 naira deposit, and other charges which, according to him, are in the interest of the banks and not the consumers. Stay with us here on NTN Nationwide. We have much more ahead for you after the break.
If you hear a bomb explosion or gunshots of an active shooter, that might be a terror attack. At such times, always remember 3 action words: run, hide, report. Don't try to run towards the terror scene to save the situation, because there might be a second bomb blast or another attack. Run far away and take cover. Make sure you are safe first. Yes, it is in our nature to sympathize over the hurt, but remember, only trained personnel can help in such situations. When in a secured environment, promptly call relevant authorities and help will come. For anonymous reporting, call 09630-3250-5 or 0813-2222-106. If you see something, say something. Nigeria unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Our founding fathers worked to establish certain standards of governance. Some of their successors behaved like spoiled children, breaking everything and bringing disorder to the house.
The leaders at that time, as well as those of us that followed them, were patriotic. They went into politics to serve, but not to be served.
It is people doing things wrong and not being sanctioned that led to this escalation.
What is going on now? We are beginning to lift up the quality of leadership.
We must not succumb to hopelessness and defeatism. We can fix our problems.
Now, you can hold that dream occasion without stress. Horizon Caterers will provide answers to all your catering questions. Exquisite hall designs, mouth-watering and nourishing local and continental cuisine, suitable for all types of ceremonies, including weddings, AGMs, business luncheon, cocktails. Name it, we can bring it. Our chefs and executive waiters give your guests
contributed to 70 primary health centers, the National Fistula Center in Abakaliki, and other centers for family planning. In Abakaliki, Susan Eze, NTA News.
To reduce cases of preventable diseases in the society, the wife of Ebonyi State Governor, Mrs. Rachel Umahi, has advocated greater commitment among health personnel in the state. She made the appeal while flagging off a 2-day health sensitization program titled Bringing Succor to Women and Children in Ebonyi State through Improved Health Care Services. Chinaza Jan reports.
The workshop, which is in tandem with her pet project, is apt to reduce cases of maternal mortality in the state. She added that her office is working hard to build strong family ties, considered to be the starting point for peace and development of any society. Chairman, Ebonyi State Local Government Service Commission, Mrs. Lillian Wankwo, and Commissioner for Health, Dr. Daniel Umezurike, said as the most vulnerable group, all stakeholders should jointly support health policies geared towards improving the health status of women and children.
If the health of mother and child can be guaranteed, it is absolutely impossible to achieve societal regeneration, let alone modern transformation.
Giving an overview of the health challenges of women and children in Ebonyi State, stakeholders in the state, while commending the wife of the governor for changing the status of women and children in the state, called for improved budgetary allocation to the health sector, as most women in the rural areas still patronize quacks due to poverty. Participants who were drawn from the 13 local government council in the state are expected to step down the knowledge gained to the rural dwellers. In Abakaliki, Chinaza John, NTA News.
That's how it's been from this end. Joseph, will return to you.
Many thanks, Ngozi. Motorists are now taking advantage of roads opened by troops in the northeast by their commercial activities. This follows the flushing out of terrorists operating in those axes of public utility. Defense correspondent Mohammed Abdul Qadri reports.
This is Maiduguri-Damboabiu Road. To my right is Sambisa axis, while to my left is to Alan Gruno. For the last 4 years, this road has been overtaken by the hoodlums.
Before mics and ambush and so today nobody ambush or your mics.
Maiduguri-Damboabiu Road has joined the lines of Buratai, Buniyadi and Bunigeri roads, recently cleared of terrorist activities by the troops.
So we arrange all our vehicles. Look at this. All our passengers and goods that we carry. We support the army, the work that they've done, and we support.
An indigent of Damboa who drove through the road to reunite with returnees to the village recalled 2 years of stay away from navigating the areas owing to what he described as dreaded activities of the hoodlums.
So only today we got the opportunity to follow this road from Maiduguri to Damboa due to the effort of the Chief of Army Staff.
Secretary of the Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers, Borno State, described the opening of Maiduguri-Damboa Road as a big relief.
We were surprised that we were asked to come to Damboa. The road will be open. We didn't believe it till we came here.
The Chief of Army Staff tasked Commander 25 Task Force Brigade to continue to secure the road.
As it is open now, people should be able to move freely, and we will do our job to ensure that it is secured.
Muhammad Abdul Qadri, NTA News.
Impact of the activities of insurgents in the northeastern part of Nigeria, characterized by bombings and killings, is taking a toll on the psychology of both the young and old in the society. The mind of the young population on these inhuman activities is expressed in a book by 10-year-old Splendor Joe King. Salih Abdullahi has to report.
The devastation caused by the activities of insurgents in the northeast Nigeria had led to the loss of many lives and property. It also accounted for the high number of out-of-school children, as many may grow up as illiterate. While some children experience the horror, first-hand media reports help others to wear their shoes. One of such children wearing the shoes of traumatized young Nigerians is 10-year-old Splendor Joe King, who expresses herself on this issue in her book, The Effects of Terrorism on Children. She champions the cause of children at war times through this book, and Splendor believes that mental reorientation can go a long way in supporting various rebuilding efforts. She believes the future generation can be terror-free if the dangers of terrorism are imbibed in children.
Terrorists we see today were once children like us, and if they were properly educated on this subject, they may not have ended up as terrorists.
Speakers at the event called for concerted efforts by both government and groups in dealing with some of the identified causes of terrorism, such as separation, lack of proper parenting, ignorance, unemployment, poverty, peer group, and religious belief.
She's a lady with a mission. I'm sure she'll be able to contribute a lot to the growth of education.
Sitting at the heart of the book is the trauma, agony, and pervading devastation.
The event featured presentations on the title of the book, the effects of terrorism on children, and the need to build a safe society that recognizes human life as valuable. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Thoughts well tailored by a 10-year-old Splendor there. As a way of promoting reading and learning among the younger ones, especially at the grassroots level, the Citizen Church of Abuja has donated some school items to pupils of First Ube Primary School in Kuje. Patience Giyak Christopher has details of the report.
First Ube Primary School, Pasali Kuje, established in 2003, has a population of over 1,000 pupils. It is the only public school serving Pasali community in Kuje. Some of the challenges being experienced by most of the pupils is access to school facilities and social infrastructure. This is what prompted the founder of Citizen Church, Pastor Peter Balogun, to donate items to the school.
Many of us have been through this stage. Not all of us were born with golden spoon in our mouth. Some of us, we trekked to school. Some of us, we walked barefooted too. And we know how it felt when we're going through that phase. And that was what led to what we have done today. Just a way of encouraging them, telling them that they have a future.
Be very sure to say that some people's school fees, a single child's school fees, can make a difference in the life of all these children. I encourage more people to go out of their way, out of their comfort zones, to put a smile on these children's face.
The headmistress of the school, Mrs. Dinatu Kura, appreciated the church for the donation, adding that the gift will go a long way in encouraging the pupils and increase the population of the school.
You have come to assist these children, so also you will get more hands of blessings from God to assist your ministry to grow, and you will turn around to assist those who are in need.
I feel very happy and I appreciate that they gave us this exercise book that can help us in our learning. I feel happy. I pray that God continue to bless them.
Items donated to the school include exercise books, school bags, uniforms, and school sandals, among others. In Abuja, Patience Giyak Christopher, NTA News.
Relief may come the way of the internally displaced persons of Agatu local government area of Benue State soon. This follows President Muhammadu Buhari's directive for immediate investigation into the remote causes of the persistent crisis between the suspected herdsmen for a lasting solution. Godwin Inalego reports.
The directive has been boosted by the visit of the Benue State Deputy Governor to the area for on-the-spot assessment of the welfare of the IDPs in the 3 camps in the neighboring Apaloko government area. The over 3,000 internally displaced persons are in 3 camps at LGA Central School, Ugboku, Methodist High School, Ojantele, and Methodist Primary School at Tagani. The IDPs are mostly children and women. Most of them are nursing mothers. The Deputy Governor, Benson Abonu, who visited the IDPs with food items, assured them that government is not relenting in its effort to restore peace that will guarantee the safety of the people in their ancestral homes.
We had so many agreements. One of them was the issue of establishing checkpoints. Unfortunately, before this could be put in place, before these agreements could be implemented, the problem started again.
Meanwhile, Commissioner of Police Benue State, Mr. Paul Yakadi, said additional security personnel has been deployed to the area to prevent further attacks. He appealed to the people not to take laws into their hands, as both the federal and state governments are taking measures to bring lasting peace to the area. From Apaloko government area of Benue State, Godwin Inalegu, NTA News.
A 9-member monitoring committee that will ensure strict compliance with the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015 has been inaugurated in Abuja. Mitare Ikben reports that President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Zainab Bulkachua, inaugurated the committee on behalf of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Mahmood Mohammed.
Justice Act 2015 was
off the coast of Western Indonesia, just as the chief whip of South Africa's governing African National Congress, ANC, resigns with immediate effect. More reports on Global Tidbits with Runke Kolawole.
Is to prepare our junior using similar facility that they will be competing in.
Confederation of African Football, CAF, has appointed Zambian referee Gianni Zikazwe as the center referee for the Super Eagles Favourites of Egypt match in the 2017 Africa Cup of